What if I told you that a 34th generation Shaolin master holds the secrets to finding lasting love? That the same wisdom that has shaped warriors for centuries can transform your relationships forever. Hey beautiful souls, welcome back to the 12 Ways channel. Today, we're diving deep into the profound teachings of Shi Heng Yi, not just a martial arts master, but a true philosopher of the heart. You might be struggling right now, feeling disconnected, misunderstood, or wondering if true connection is even possible. Trust me, I've been there. But these ancient teachings changed everything for me, and they can for you too. In the next 15 minutes, you'll discover 12 powerful principles that Shi Heng Yi teaches about love and relationships. Principles that have transformed thousands of lives across cultures and centuries. Let's begin this journey together. Shi Heng Yi teaches that all relationship wisdom begins with self-knowledge. In his words, before you can truly connect with another, you must first connect with yourself. Think about it. How often do we enter relationships hoping someone else will complete us or fix our problems? But Shi Heng Yi challenges this mindset completely. The quality of your relationships reflects your relationship with yourself, Master Shi explains. When you understand your own emotions, needs, and patterns, you create space for authentic connection. This means taking time for self-reflection. Ask yourself, what patterns do I repeat in relationships? What triggers my emotional reactions? What do I truly need versus what I think I want? Shi Heng Yi often demonstrates this through a simple meditation exercise where you visualize your emotions as clouds passing through the sky of your mind. By observing without judgment, you gain the awareness needed to respond rather than react. This self-awareness creates the foundation for everything else we'll discuss today. Without it, we're simply acting out unconscious patterns rather than choosing our path with intention. The untrained mind is like a wild horse, Shi Heng Yi teaches. It will take you wherever it wants to go unless you learn to guide it. Shi Heng Yi shares a powerful technique called the breath bridge for those heated relationship moments. First, notice when emotions are escalating. Then, take 3 deep breaths, focusing completely on the sensation. Finally, bridge back to the present moment, now with greater clarity. In relationships, reactivity creates distance, while responsiveness creates connection, Master Yi explains. The space between stimulus and response is where your freedom lies. By practicing this pause, you prevent the escalation that damages connection. You create space to choose how you want to show up, rather than being controlled by emotional impulses. This doesn't mean suppressing emotions, quite the opposite. It means developing the capacity to feel deeply while remaining centered and present. One of Shi Heng Yi's most counterintuitive teachings challenges our cultural understanding of strength in relationships. True strength isn't found in emotional walls, he teaches, but in the courage to remain open despite the risk of pain. In Shaolin tradition, the strongest warriors understand that vulnerability isn't weakness, it's the ultimate expression of courage. The same applies in love. When you hide your true self out of fear, Shi Heng Yi explains, you might avoid rejection, but you also prevent genuine connection. Authentic love can only exist between authentic people. This means expressing your needs clearly, sharing your fears and hopes, being honest about your limitations, and allowing yourself to be truly seen. Vulnerability creates the bridge over which deep connection travels. Without it, relationships remain superficial, regardless of how long you've been together. Hey beautiful souls, we're just getting started with these transformative relationship principles from Shi Heng Yi. If you're already feeling shifts in how you think about connection and love, imagine what's possible when you incorporate all 12 principles into your life. Hit that subscribe button right now and ring that notification bell so you never miss our weekly wisdom drops. Our community is all about creating conscious relationships and authentic connection, and we'd love to have you join us on this journey. Alright, let's dive back in with principle number 4. Shi Heng Yi teaches that the greatest gift you can give another is your full attention. In our distraction-filled world, true presence has become increasingly rare and increasingly valuable. How often are we physically with someone while our mind wanders elsewhere? Many relationship problems stem not from incompatibility, he explains, but from the absence of true presence with each other. Presence means putting away distractions when connecting, listening to understand, not to respond, being aware of your partner's emotional state, and engaging with genuine curiosity. Shi Heng Yi suggests a simple practice. During conversations with your partner, imagine that this moment is all that exists. Notice the details of their expression, the tone of their voice, the feeling in the space between you. When two people are fully present with each other, even silence becomes meaningful communication. Much suffering in relationships comes from resisting reality rather than working with it, Shi Heng Yi teaches. This principle focuses on acceptance, not as resignation, but as the starting point for authentic connection and meaningful change. When you reject what is, you create inner resistance that blocks connection. Acceptance creates the space in which love can flourish. This applies to accepting your partner as they are, not as you wish them to be. Accepting yourself, including your imperfections and growth edges, accepting the natural ebbs and flows of connection. Shi Heng Yi often demonstrates this with a simple hand exercise. He makes a tight fist, showing how this tension requires constant energy and creates pain over time. Then he relaxes his hand, showing how acceptance creates space for natural movement and flow. Acceptance doesn't mean abandoning boundaries or desires for growth, he clarifies. It means starting from what is true rather than what you wish was true. The essence of relationship is not getting but giving, Shi Heng Yi teaches, not accumulating but contributing. In Shaolin tradition, he explains, we practice daily meditation focusing on generating goodwill toward all beings. The same practice transforms relationships. Shi Heng Yi suggests a simple daily practice. Take a few centering breaths. Bring your partner to mind. Silently wish them well. May you be happy, may you be healthy, may you be at peace. Imagine sending them positive energy. This practice, he teaches, gradually rewires your perception. True connection requires both togetherness and separateness, Shi Heng Yi teaches. Like breathing, relationships need both intimacy and space. In Shaolin practice, he explains, we learn that structure creates freedom. The same is true in relationships. Clear boundaries create the safety needed for authentic connection. Healthy boundaries include communicating your needs directly, respecting your partner's expressed limits, maintaining individual interests and friendships, and creating space for personal reflection and growth. Many people fear that boundaries will create distance, Shi Heng Yi observes, but the opposite is true. Without boundaries, resentment grows and true intimacy becomes impossible. Holding on to resentment, Shi Heng Yi teaches, is like drinking poison and expecting the other person to die. This principle focuses on forgiveness, not as a single act but as an ongoing practice of releasing grievances for your own well-being. Forgiveness doesn't mean condoning harmful behavior, he clarifies. It means freeing yourself from the burden of resentment. Shi Heng Yi offers a powerful forgiveness meditation. First, bring to mind a hurt or disappointment. Second, acknowledge the pain without judgment. Third, recognize how holding this pain hurts you. Fourth, visualize releasing it like letting go of a heavy weight. Finally, notice the lightness that remains. The capacity to forgive, he teaches, determines the depth of connection possible. Without forgiveness, relationships become museums of past hurts rather than living, growing bonds. Everything changes, Shi Heng Yi teaches. This truth, when fully embraced, transforms how we love. Many relationship struggles, he explains, come from resisting natural change. When we cling to how things were or should be, we miss the beauty of what is unfolding now. This wisdom invites us to appreciate each moment of connection as precious, release rigid expectations about how relationships should develop, adapt to the natural seasons of closeness and distance. Remain curious about who your partner is becoming. In Shaolin tradition, he shares, we observe all phenomena as clouds forming and dissolving. This perspective brings great freedom in relationships. By embracing impermanence, paradoxically, we become more fully present to the relationship as it is right now, rather than struggling against its natural evolution. The mind naturally fixates on problems, Shi Heng Yi teaches. Gratitude is the practice of redirecting attention to blessings. In Shaolin tradition, he explains, we begin each day with gratitude meditation. The same practice transforms relationships by shifting your perceptual filter. Shi Heng Yi suggests a simple evening practice. Reflect on 3 specific things your partner did that you appreciate. Notice the positive qualities these actions reveal. Share your appreciation specifically and sincerely. Many relationships, he observes, suffer not from absence of love, but from absence of recognition. When appreciation is expressed, love naturally flows. The modern world trains us for instant gratification, Shi Heng Yi teaches, but deep connection requires patience. In Shaolin training, he explains, we spend years mastering fundamental movements before advancing. Relationships require the same patient dedication. This patience applies to allowing trust to build naturally over time, giving space for emotional processing during conflicts, accepting that growth and healing happen gradually. True love, Shi Heng Yi teaches, is not possession but freedom. This final principle focuses on non-attachment, loving without grasping or demanding that the relationship fulfill all your needs and expectations. In Shaolin philosophy, he explains, attachment creates suffering while non-attachment creates freedom. The same principle transforms relationships. Non-attachment means loving without demanding specific outcomes, supporting your partner's growth even when it challenges you, allowing space for individual evolution within the relationship, and finding fulfillment within yourself rather than demanding it from another. Many relationships become burdensome, he observes, because we place expectations on them that no human connection can fulfill. When we release these expectations, paradoxically, the relationship often flourishes. We've explored 12 profound principles from Shi Heng Yi's teachings on love and relationships. 1. Cultivate self-awareness. 2. Practice emotional regulation. 3. Embrace vulnerability as strength. 4. Cultivate presence. 5. Accept what is. 6. Practice loving kindness. 7. Honor boundaries. 8. Practice forgiveness. 9. Embrace impermanence. 10. Practice gratitude. 11. Cultivate patience. 12. Practice non-attachment. These principles aren't quick fixes or manipulation tactics. They're invitations to develop the inner qualities that make authentic connection possible. As Shi Heng Yi teaches, the quality of your relationships reflects the quality of your relationship with yourself. As you cultivate these qualities within, your outer connections naturally transform. I encourage you to choose just one principle that resonated most deeply and practice it consistently for the next month. Notice how this small shift begins to transform your experience of connection. Remember, love isn't something you find. It's something you cultivate through consistent practice and presence. Thank you for joining me on this journey through Shi Heng Yi's wisdom. Until next time, may your connections be authentic, your heart be open, and your love be free. If you found value in today's video, please hit that like button and share it with someone who might benefit from this wisdom. Drop a comment below sharing which principle resonated most deeply with you. I read and respond to every comment, and if you haven't already, subscribe and hit the notification bell so you never miss our weekly wisdom drops. Until next time, this is the 12 Ways, reminding you that the greatest journey is the one within.